Tip Talk.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Mr. B, and you're watching my Tip Talk on topic 2.1, the Silk Roads. We're still in the time period 1200 to 1450, but we're going to shift from looking at how states established and maintained power to Unit 2, which is how did the exchange of goods and ideas impact the development of states in this period. So we're in Unit 2 now. And remember, use these videos for what I like to call brain vomit, where when you're writing your LEQ or your DBQ, it's like your brain just vomits out information onto the page, and you just might end up getting some points out of that. And visit my website, mrb.world, to fill in any of those blanks. I've got a lot of resources there for students, so make sure you take advantage of it. So we know what the Silk Roads were. It was trade routes used for goods and ideas being exchanged between different regions. It was a lot of luxury goods like silk. The big question is how? How did this happen? And what impact did it have on the larger economy? So we got to start by talking about paper money coming from China. Before this, trade was conducted just using gold or silver coins, but carrying a lot of coins is dangerous. It's heavy, cumbersome. Paper money is a lot more convenient and safe. But even easier than carrying a bunch of flying cash was another innovation. The development of banking houses and credit systems or bills of exchange, where merchants could use credit to finance their ventures by borrowing money from banks or other people. And this meant they could buy more goods to make a more profitable trip because they could sell more stuff and get more money. Caravans was another innovation. That's a transportation innovation where groups of merchants traveled together for protection against bandits and other dangers, and they would support each other, support each other's businesses along the way. Caravanserais were another innovation. These were inns or rest stops at regular intervals where travelers could stop in, eat, rest, replenish their supplies, take care of their animals. I like to think of them as giant gas stations with rest stops where you can just stop in along the highway and then continue on your journey. They were also trading centers where merchants could buy and sell goods, which sometimes meant some of them turned into trade cities like Samarkand or Kashgar, which were destinations, not just a rest stop along the way. New technology. So camels were being used as pack animals. They could carry heavy loads over a long distance. They don't need a lot of food or water. But that gets even easier when the saddle is developed for camels, which means larger loads could be carried. So this is perfect. Camels are great for travel across Central Asia or the Sahara, which we'll see more in topic 2.4. But apart from trade goods, the Silk Road facilitated ideas and culture getting exchanged between regions. Like Buddhism spread from India to China as Buddhist monks traveled and spread their teachings and established monasteries along the Silk Road. It also facilitated the spread of Islam from Arabia to Central Asia and beyond, as we're going to see in 2.3 and 2.4. Ideas like gunpowder, new technology like gunpowder, along with other technology like compass, printing press, paper. So it's not just goods, it's not just about money, it's about ideas. But there are challenges. One of these challenges, of course, is bandits. When there's money to be made, there's people who are looking to steal it. So merchants had to travel in caravans for protection, which made it slower, more expensive because you have more people. And then another challenge was disease that the Silk Roads helped to spread, like the bubonic plague, which, as we know, devastated populations. But overall, trade also facilitated the spread of medical knowledge so we can treat diseases. So despite all these challenges, it flourished for centuries, especially once the Mongols arrived on the scene. And they brought things like the yam system that was an administrative communication system, kind of like caravans, though they have regular relay stations. And the Mongols didn't tolerate theft. You probably heard the story about the maiden that could carry a gold nugget on her head from one end of the empire to the other, and it's safe. But we'll talk more about the Mongols in 2.2. So to answer that big question, how? Well, innovations. That was crucial for facilitating trade along the Silk Road. New trade practices meant more trade goods could be bought and sold, which meant more people wanted the luxury goods like textiles, porcelain, iron, steel. Chinese, Persian, Indian merchants expanded their production of luxury goods to meet the demand. And this expansion of manufacturing has a massive impact on the economies of that region that it came from, as well as places where it went. Paper money, credit systems, caravanserais, camel saddles, camel caravans, all of this contributes to trade along the Silk Road. So to answer the essential question, how did the exchange of goods and ideas impact the development of states? We see that the growth of trade gives states a lot of wealth, and wealth means power. We'll see more of this as we explore other interconnections that the Mongols created, as well as the other major trade networks in 2.3 and 2.4. So make sure you follow me to hear all about that. Thanks for watching.